Hello, Internet. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
The Utah Jazz have a point guard problem. What do we know so far?
My name is Darren. That is AJ, and this is the DNA Sports Recap.
Roll the intro.
If you are part of the 95% of our audience that is not subscribed, please consider doing so. So let's go ahead and crack into it, shall we?
Absolutely.
All right, so we're in the middle of the preseason here, and we'll get to how the Jazz are doing in the preseason so far. But let's go ahead and first talk a little bit about a little controversy that came up this week.
Yes, sir.
Did you see the Jumpman shirt that was in the Jazz stores?
Yes, sir. The Jumpman jumping straight over the Utah Jazz logo.
Yeah, and just straight up dunking on the Utah Jazz logo.
On the logo.
Yeah, so I don't know.
We'll put you guys a picture right here.
Yeah, put that up for you. So give me your first take on that, man. What do you think about the Jordan Jumpman dunk shirt?
My personal opinion, this is the silliest things I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how Jazz fans are upset about this.
Yeah.
It is clearly a shirt made for all NBA teams where the Jumpman logo is over every NBA team name, but I'm a Michael Jordan fan. Even though I'm a Jazz fan, I was a huge Michael Jordan fan. So I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't see the controversy there.
Yeah, I can get it. I mean, there's a few. If you saw on Twitter, X. By the way, follow us on Twitter. We just started a Twitter account. X. You're gonna have to get used to that, man.
X, the platform formerly known as Twitter.
Exactly. Follow us on there. We're also on Instagram. Go check it out. Nike has the apparel rights for the NBA this season, so obviously they're gonna be promoting the Jordan brand too at the same time. There's gonna be a Jumpman. There's gonna be an Air Jordan guy dunking over on the Timberwolves, the Clippers, the Pistons. Every team is gonna have this shirt.
Air Jordan's jumping over everybody.
I don't know, man. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I can understand why for jokes on X, I can see why some people would post something like that. But there are people who are legitimately upset about this, and the Jazz actually pulled it off the shelves, for crying out loud.
Absolutely silly, dude. That's just craziness. Get over it.
Exactly. Yeah. Just let us know in the comments down below if you feel differently. Let us know if you were hurt by the Jumpman literally dunking on your Utah Jazz t-shirt. Yeah, just let us know what you think. If we missed something there, we'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead and pivot over to the main subject that we want to talk about with the Utah Jazz, and that is going to be their guard situation. We have a plethora of people playing guard this season.
Yes, sir.
Can you break it down? How many do we have here? We got
4. We got Talen Horton-Tucker, fantastic. Colin Sexton, Keontae George, KG3.
That's right. We coined it.
He coined it. And then we also got Mr. Fantastic Chris Dunn, first-round pick a few years ago.
Absolutely. Let's take an idea of who we think is actually going to start this season for the Utah Jazz. Now, as it sits right now, all things being what they are, I do think THT is going to be starting the point guard position for the Utah Jazz when the season starts in a week. Who do you got?
I think Chris Dunn is going to be starting.
Okay.
And I think that, and maybe this is a backwards way of looking at it, but if you look at average minutes played so far in preseason games, Chris Dunn has less minutes played. I think there's less they need to see from Chris Dunn. I think they know what they have with Chris Dunn.
Ooh, that's a good point. That's a very, very good point.
THT has played the second most minutes of any Jazz player, and I think it's because they're still trying to see what they have with THT.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I do think as far as the best player for the Jazz that's going to be in that position, as far as the most efficient throughout the preseason, is Chris Dunn. He has shown the most efficiency at that position. He's averaging 9.3 points per game, 2 assists, 1.5 steals, averaging only 15 minutes per game.
And I think the important thing to remember with Chris Dunn here is he does a lot of things that it doesn't show in our stat sheets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Dunn has a high motor.
Mm-hmm.
He's always on you on defense, but he reads passing lanes really well. He moves very good horizontally across the floor to stay with whoever he's defending. And he's just a pest defensively.
Mm-hmm.
He does all these things that coaches absolutely love to see. And that's the Chris Dunn that we need out there.
Absolutely.
Right? This dude was a high draft pick. And it's for a reason, man. This dude can really play basketball. And I think he knows that he's got a prime opportunity in front of him to get out there and show that he belongs in the NBA.
I 100% agree. The only reason why I think that THT is going to be the starting point guard, that kind of pivots us to the next topic I want to cover. That's what you call it, segue.
Segue.
So THT was floated in a trade with the Houston Rockets for a team basically it was just going to be a salary dump so they can get a couple of draft picks out of it. They ended up making the trade with OKC instead. I guess they made a better offer than what Utah was willing to do, but he was in that trade offer, and he also was rumored to be in several other trade mentions previously that we talked about on a previous episode. So that's why I think he starts, because they're trying to showcase him, because they want to put him in a trade. That's why I'm thinking.
I can believe it for that reason. I don't think THT is going to be with the team this whole season. I think the Jazz are looking to start Chris Dunn and move Keontae George pretty much immediately off the bench, and then have him get some playing time with Jordan Clarkson and Colin Sexton with those, kind of transitioning second units. I think the idea is definitely to turn this offense over to Keontae George at some point. I think they want to maximize Keontae George's growth this season, right? Mm-hmm. We need to know what we have. We need to know what we have immediately. Chris Dunn's a little bit older. I mean, if he can bring the things that we need and all those intangibles, I think you keep rolling with Chris Dunn. And if he's a half step slower and Keontae George is there and he's bringing the things that he needs, I think we're going to see a lot more Keontae George this whole season.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I think at some point, I do think the Jazz starting point guard by the end of the season will be Keontae George, KG3, as we coined him on this show. That's right.
Boom.
You heard it here first.
That's right.
And I also do believe there's another guard that will no longer be on this team at that point.
Colin Sexton.
Yes, I definitely think he's going to be in a trade package when the Jazz try to bring in a legit starting point guard. For
Damian Lillard.
No.
Oh, I tried that already. I already tried that.
That ship is sailed.
Sorry.
Drew Holiday.
Missed that one too.
Okay, dang it. All right. Well, we'll find one.
We'll find somebody.
Yeah. Let's talk preseason.
The Jazz look okay at best. They look kind of all over the place. I haven't seen a ton of consistency. They are still shuffling players in and out to kind of see what they have, I do believe. I'm interested to see what these lineups kind of shake out to be and who kind of end up in some of these permanent rotations.
Yeah.
And I sincerely hope that some of these players get opportunities to go out there and play some minutes and show what they can do, because I think this Jazz team could be very, very good this year still. And you guys can hate all you want. I still think the Jazz could be very, very good this year.
Mm-hmm.
And when they are, I'm going to laugh at all of you just like you laughed at me.
Yes, we still believe the Utah Jazz are going to be a playoff team this year.
Yeah.
Whether it's through the play-in tournament or elsewise, I still think they got a shot at making the playoffs. And honestly, some of these lineups just make no sense. There's on average over 6 minutes a game where the Jazz are playing
four guards
with Walker Kessler. And then you have other games where you have Walker Kessler at the center.
Walker, you got Kelly Olynyk.
You got Kelly
Lauri Markkanen. You're like playing the uber-sized package, right?
They're substituting out THT for Kelly Olynyk. In what game does that make sense? And sometimes you have the Jazz,
very comparable games. What do you mean?
It's very strange. You got a team that has a 7'1" center, and then a 6'10", 6'11" power forward, and then a 7-footer small forward. They're a very confusing team, and I think maybe either they're just trying to figure it out, or I think they're doing it on purpose. I don't know. I think
it's a combination of both, man. I think they're trying to figure it out, and I think they're doing it on purpose to see what kind of works. And everyone has different tools and different packages that they bring to the table, and I think they're trying to see whose tools can help other players be better and, kind of help each other create and move forward. And I like the creativity. I kind of like the way that Coach Will Hardy is going about this. And I think that this is the way that you lead to being a successful basketball team.
Absolutely. They're stacked. They have plenty of draft picks, lots of talent, lots of options. I look forward to the season. It's going to be a lot of fun. As a reminder, folks, you have until the 24th to purchase the Jazz streaming package, where you can get a free set of tickets, as well as a hat and a shirt as well, which are vouchers. So make sure that if you wanted to do that, please be sure to do that. And also, it's just a great time to be a Jazz fan. They're back on K-Jazz. It's good times.
Sure is, my friend.
Delta Center, the whole.
We still got to pick a game.
Yep, we got to do that.
Go to.
We got to do that. I still got to buy mine. I better get on that.
You better don't miss out on free Jazz tickets. The same price.
It's the same price. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, folks. Well, that will do it for us here today at the DNA Sports Recap. As a reminder, folks, this is a podcast. So if you're watching this on YouTube, the full episode is available in podcast form on video underneath our playlist. You'll see that as playlist podcast. It's the only one we got there. You'll be able to see the full episode there. It's also available audio only wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure that you give us a review.
Yep. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like it, make sure you share it, and make sure you subscribe. Again, we're giving away that money as soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. We're looking forward to getting that money away.
That's right. We're on the grind. If we get this video to 100 likes, we'll give away a t-shirt.
Always, bro. Yeah.
Whatever you guys want.
Smash it.
Let us know. All right, folks. Once again, my name is Darren. That is AJ, and this has been the DNA Sports Recap.
Till next time.